Hi everybody, welcome to today's maths lesson where we're going to be dividing a 4-digit number by a 1-digit number. Shouldn't be anything too new today, it's just going to be building on what we did with our division last week. Okay, to begin with, if you want to pause me here, have a go at your arithmetic starter and we'll look at the answers in just a bit. Just to bear in mind for number 1 and 3, think about those methods that we looked at in week 1, I believe. For that, number 5 should be a nice revision, and think about these ones, what you do with the numerator and the denominator. Okay, right, hopefully you've had a chance to answer those. These are our answers just here. For number 5, you could have written it anyway. I would imagine lots of you would have gone for remainder 2, as that's the method we were looking at last week. For these ones, 1/5 of something is 15. I would then use the inverse and go, okay, well, if 1/5 of it is 15, that means if I divide something by 5, I get 15. So the opposite, 15 times 5 would equal 75. And with this one, we multiply the numerator, the denominator stays the same. Okay, right, so again, like I said, we're going to build on the method we were looking at for Fridays, dividing a 3-digit number by a 1-digit. And the only difference is we've now got something in our thousands column. Okay, so if you remember, I'm going to add it on as well. My question to help me at all times is, how many groups of can I make? Okay, so our times table is going to be super useful here. Okay, so we've got 4,851 divided by 4 using the place value counters and short division. Well, let's have a ganders. What I'm doing is I'm making groups of 4 each time. So we start, remember, at our highest place value column and work to the right. That's going to be starting in our thousands. So I've made one group of 4 in the thousands here. If I've got 800, so I've been able to make 2 groups of 4 there. I've got 5 tens, so I've made one group of 4, and then I've got 1 10 left over, so that 10 turns into 10 ones, and then that means I've now got 11 ones. I can make 2 groups of 4, and I'd have 3 left over. Let's just have a look at what that would actually look like if I was using my formal method over here. So I've got my number I'm dividing in the middle. I've got my divider on the outside. So if I start here, how many groups of 4 can I make out of 4? I can make 1. How many groups of 4 can I make out of 8? I can make 2, no leftovers. How many groups of 4 can I make out of 5? I can make 1 group, and then I'm going to carry the 1 left over into the ones. How many groups of 4 can I make out of 11? I can make 2 whole groups, and I'll have remainder 3, because 2 groups of 4 is 8, and then I'd have the 3 left over from that 11. Okay, so can you pause me here? Have a go at these 2 questions. Use this method, either the place value counters or just straight up the formal method for solving these questions down here. Okay, have a little go. Right, so if I quick as pass, just have a go. Oh, I don't know why I'm yellow. Let's change that to blue. Have a go at this one. Now, again, I mentioned your times tables will be useful. If I look at 6,613, it doesn't end in a 5 or 0. And I know 5 times tables normally do, so I know I'm going to have a remainder here. Okay, I won't be able to do it exactly equally. How many groups of 5 can I make out of 6? I can make 1, and then I'll have 1 left over. So now I've got 16 in my hundreds. How many groups of 5 can I make out of 16? I can make 3 groups, 5, 10, 15, and then I'd have 1 left over. So 3 there, 1 left over. How many groups of 5 can I make out of 11? 2 groups, because that would be 10, and then I'll have 1 left over. And then how many groups of 5 can I make out of 13? I can make 2 groups, which would use up 10, and then I'd have a remainder 3 left over. With this one, 2,471 divided by 3. Don't actually know if I'm going to have a remainder for this one, but we will soon find out. So, oh gosh, dodgy handwriting. Again, it is a Monday morning though, so I hope you can forgive me. How many groups of 3 can I make out of 2? I can't make any, so it's really important I put my 0 there to hold that place, okay? I carry over the 2. How many groups of 3 can I make out of 24? I can make 8 groups of 3 out of 24. How many groups of 3 can I make out of 7? I can make 2 groups, which would be 6, and then I've got 1 left over. And then how many groups of 3 can I make out of 11? 3, 6, 9. I can make 3 groups, and then I'd have 2 left over. So that would be my answer, okay? Right, this next one then, exactly the same kind of thing here. We've got 3 questions and we've got 3 answers here. So perhaps before, what I want you to do is work them out and then match the correct answer to, match question to the answer. But perhaps just looking, perhaps you could estimate using your knowledge of number, times tables, etc. Which ones do you think could link up? Our numbers here are roughly the same, a few hundreds in between, but could you use your knowledge of that and the fact we're divided by 4, 6, 8 to work out which might be which? Not sure. I'm going to do the first one for you and then you guys are going to do the next 2. Okay, so how many groups of 4 can I make out of 2? None. So I carry those 2 over. How many groups of 4 can I make out of 24? 6. I think, therefore, this one's going to be my answer, but I'll double check. 6, I wouldn't have any left over because 6 4s are 24. How many groups of 4 can I make out of 7? I can make 1 group of 4. And then I'll have 3 left over, so I carry that. And then how many groups of 4 can I make out of 31? Well, 8 times 4 is 32, but I've only got 31. So I can make 7 groups of 4, which would use 28, and then I'd have remainder 3 left over. Okay, so that would be the correct one there. Pause me, have a go at the next 2, and I'll show you the answers. Okay, so the answer for this one was this. And this one was this. Hopefully you managed to get that. Okay, today's all about the practice. Right, we've got a missing number problem here now, troops. So we've got the missing number is the same as the remainder. What is the missing number? You can see we've got part of the answer missing here and we've got the remainder missing here. How might you work that out? Can you pause me and have a go and then we'll look together? Right, well, this should be nice and simple. I'm not going to need to use anything like the inverse. All I'm going to need to do is check because I have got the full sentence. I've got 1,268 divided by 6. So to solve this, I'm just going to go about answering it in the way I normally would. So I've got 6. How many groups of 6 can I make out of 1? I can't make any, so I've got my 0 there. But what do I need to do? Carry over the 1. So now I've got 12 in my hundreds. How many groups of 6 can I make out of 12? Should be 2, absolutely. Now, again, the question told me the missing number is the same as the remainder. So I could just put 2 in here, but should we check just to be certain? Right. How many groups of 6 can I make out of 6? 1, correct. How many groups of 6 can I make out of 8? I can make 1 group and then I would have 2 left over. Wahoo, I was correct. Okay, hopefully you guys were as well. Okay, right. Next one, so we've got Ben and Josh calculating 3,647 divided by 4. Ben's answer is 911, remainder 3. Josh's answer is 910, remainder 7. Who's correct? Explain your reasoning. I think you could probably give your answer without calculating it. Why don't you pause me, have a think on it and come back. Okay, did anyone spot a marvellous mistake? I'm going to circle what I think the marvellous mistake was here. How do I know Josh is wrong, guys? Well, if I think about the question, I'm dividing by 4. I'm making groups of 4. Therefore, I cannot have a remainder of 7. If I have a remainder of 7, I could make one more group of 4 out of that, couldn't I? I could make another group of... I hold up the wrong fingers. Oh, no. Let's try that again. I've got 7. I could make a group of 4 and still have 3 left. Okay, so Josh is incorrect because the remainder cannot be greater than the divisor. If I'm dividing by 4, I can't have a remainder greater than 4. In fact, I can't have a remainder greater or equal to 4. Okay, so hopefully you spotted that straight away, guys. Right, today then, bit of extra practice. Like I said, we're just building on what we've done before. Today you're going to find you are going to have quite a few, remainders to try out. Okay, so 5 fluency questions here. Give them a go, recap my method if you're not sure, and then once you've finished that, there are some problem solving and reasoning questions on the website for you, okay? So give it a really good go, pause me here, check your answers in just a bit. Okay, here's your answers there. So I tell a lie. I said you were going to probably have remainders, and you don't for these ones. Ha ha ha, I'm a monster. But there may well be some in the problem solving and reasoning questions. Okay, so give those a good go. Have a practice. See where the marvellous mistakes you're making are. 2 top tips I would say are, if you are struggling, if you've got some of those incorrect, 2 things. I find that drawing out does help for me sometimes, so drawing those place value counters. But more importantly, I would recommend writing out whatever you're dividing by, write out those times tables because it helps me. So if you're doing your 4s, then you're dividing by 4, then you're going to write out 4, 8, 12, 16, etc. so that you can work out where your groups are. Okay? Have a lovely rest of the day, guys. Tomorrow, I'm going to be handing over. Miss Rutherford will be taking over with your home learning for the rest of the week and for next Monday. And I can't wait to see what you all get up to. All right. Have a brilliant day, everyone. Bye.